All right, we're back again. Another Monday. And
Give him a clap.
I forgot to clap, Drew. Chris Ferguson, little man, Drew Meyer, and former Kentucky basketball all-star, Bobby Perry, a good friend of mine. Bobby, good to have you on here today.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for inviting me. Been wanting to get on for a while.
Yeah.
Been listening and
Spreading
spreading the word.
Long wait list.
I feel honored.
Yeah. You were the one that we were sitting there, and I had that stupid hat on at Brick Tops, and you're the one that said, "It's $1 million idea. It's $1 million idea. You know, just go ahead and do it." Well, I'm waiting on that $1 million.
It takes time, you know.
Oh, it
Nothing's
does.
easy.
Yeah, Miller Lite's going to sponsor us any day now.
If we could all make $1 million quick, you know, it'd be a lot easier. So
We'll be selling medical parts.
yeah, you wouldn't be selling medical parts, not making $1 million.
But I met Bobby, I'd say 4 or 5 years ago, doing, you know, kind of what I talked about the first time, 4 hours, drinking, gambling, and playing golf. And we've been friends ever since, and he's a great guy, and he's got a good story, and you know, I'm interested to hear, you know, more of the past, and I've just known him, you know, the last 4 or 5 years, so, you know, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Did you meet him up at King Trace? Is that where you were?
I met him at probably the first good time with the first concession trip.
It was the first concession trip down in Bradenton, Florida. You were with all the boys from Lexington, and I was there entertaining some clients. And met Chris, and I don't know if we even played around that go around, if we just had dinner or was hung around the club.
Yeah, I think we probably did a little par 3 course, and then maybe on the putting green.
Maybe a little dice, a little Canadian blackjack.
I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
And then,
that's where you came up with that game. That's where it was.
And then we met again
What's
at
the dice game, though? What's
Pig.
Pig.
Yeah,
Sick
that's the
game.
one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's for men. That's a real man's game there. That's a sick game.
I first learned how to play Pig.
Game.
I was probably 23 or 24 at Lexington Country Club. I was up in one of the small cart rooms, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Probably by design.
Yeah.
I tell you, the boys in Lexington, I'm sure y'all have talked about it on the podcast a little
They're
bit.
a little different.
Not really, but they ain't scared. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's why I
They're
left.
dumb.
That's
They're
why I
just
left.
dumb. I don't know which.
That's why I left Lexington. I was gonna go broke.
And then I guess the second time I forgot, it was Tree Farm. You were at Tree Farm, and then I came with those guys to Tree Farm.
I think the second time we went is when we went to concession, or did we go to Tree Farm beforehand?
I don't. They run together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we went to Tree Farm, and then me and you got a little partnership and had a little fun with some boys. And
this has an E stamp on it for explicit content, but I don't know if we can get that explicit.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do it. I'd do it to Shane, but I probably wouldn't do it to anybody else.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Hammer.
Hammer time. So
We got Hammer happy.
You have to explain. I'm sure explain everyone what Hammer is. I mean, that was a dirty game.
It was fun.
What they did to themselves. Sounded like.
Nah, it was the three woods. The 3 woods I had to hit in the first 2 greens. Might have got them. You know, they're hitting blast at 100.
Chris is.
I'm hitting 3 wood. You know, it was fun though.
We got to tell the story, and we can tell the story,
I-
but
I-
we'll leave
Yeah,
the details out of
Yeah,
it.
we
But
can
it's-
say,
we're-
we can say should.
we can kind of, yeah. We don't have to mention names, but we can tell them. We can tell them without really getting
wasn't
too descriptive. How about that?
This is when our friendship was cemented, and it was going to be cemented regardless. But
But the
Chris
game doesn't sound that dangerous when you just say it.
no, because we're going to tell
No,
we're going to tell the beginning of the story, you know. But you know, we were going to be friends regardless, but man, that was a weekend. But we started at Old Memorial, and we were hosted by Trey and Gelke. And he was a great host, and that's an incredible club there in Tampa. And we were 5 minutes late to the tee time, and we show up, put our shoes on, the caddies grab our bags out of the car, and we go straight to the first tee. And we say, you know, hey, what game we playing? Because anytime we play golf, we have to play a game.
Yeah.
And
No fun otherwise.
And our buddy from Lexington throws out, all right, let's play Hammer for
$5 hammer. Just say $5
for anybody, a significant amount of money, hammer, where most people are playing dollar hammer, $2 hammer, whatever it might be. We were like, all right, $5-10 hammer. I don't know what it was. So it was a spicy game, a game that can get dirty. We go back and forth. It was a good match, and by the end of it, we were up on the 18th hole, and they pressed us, and we ended up losing a couple $100, and we were pissed off, as we should. But we had the entire weekend to play down at concession. But we were going to do a kind of round robin, and it was 2-man teams, and we were going to play with.
There was 8 of us. So we were going to kind of bounce around, and a funny part. Let's say so we get to concessions. And we were playing cards, and the guys are like, "We're gonna run it back." I think they said we're gonna run it back tomorrow.
We wanted to run it back because we wanted to get our money back.
And so, like the first 18, we're gonna run it back, and get up that morning, and I'm an idiot, so I hate to say this on myself, but I get up in the morning. I'll get up. I got my outfit on. I'm looking good. I'm singing. I'm yelling at everybody, and like I'm gonna bust y'all's ass today, and blah, 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 blah. And I walk out to the truck to get my golf clubs. I'm like, man, y'all get my golf clubs? They're like, what? And Mike Ace, a responsible adult in this group, says, Chris, you didn't get your golf clubs? I was like, nah, what do you mean? He said, they were sitting right next to the truck last night. I was like, what? He said, yeah. So I was like, oh, no. So I call Old Memorial.
Concession is an hour and 20 minutes from Old Memorial.
So I call Old Memorial. I was like, hey, my name's Chris Ferguson, and I played there yesterday, and I just wanted to know, like, are there some golf clubs out there? Oh, yeah, they're at the bag stand. Like, oh, God. So we're getting the game lined up, and I borrowed a rental set that had 3 8-irons. One, it was a put together set, but we're holding our own through 9 holes. And Bobby, being in the medical business, says, we're going to get a courier to come get your golf clubs. I say, oh, great.
We'll get them down there.
Yeah. So he hires a courier.
You play with 3
8-irons. And driving out on number 9, here comes my golf clubs. We're making the turn, and they put my golf clubs on, and I take care of the guy. And the game was fairly tame until the back 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then the back 9, it got a little nasty. And
what happened, we got to hole 16. It's a dogleg left par 4 over the water. And we all hit decent drives. And my ball lands on the back edge of the green, and it goes off a little bit. And I have a diabolical chip that's, the pin is back right, and you only have so much green to work with before it goes down this, hill. Then you're going to have a 20-foot putt at best, probably. But there were 2 sprinkler heads that were, this is to scale. They were a sprinkler head here, a sprinkler head here, and there was about the width of another sprinkler head right in between them. And I said to myself, I've got to chip this thing, and I'm a horrible chipper. I got to chip this thing right between them if I want it to stop, within a gimme range or even a makeable putt, reasonably makeable putt. Well, I don't know what the price tag of the game was at that time, but that ball hit right in between those 2 sprinkler heads, right on the nose, goes up, trickles in for a 3. And we go up, and we make our money back from, the day before, plus a lot more. And we end that round, and the roles are reversed. We were upset. We wanted to win our money back, from the previous day. And now they're upset. They want to win their money back. And so what do you do on a guy's golf trip? There's still daylight left.
Press.
You got to do an E9. And so they want to do an E9. And we
for those that haven't played concessions, it's hard. Morikawa won one of those WGCs there on the COVID year, and then I think Bryson DeChambeau won the NCAAs there. It's really, really hard. And for me, it's super long. And all these guys hit it a lot further than I do, which doesn't mean a whole lot. And so on this last 9 holes, they're trying to get the game right. We're playing the back tees. I was like, I don't care what tees we play, gosh dang it.
Back tees are 7,500 on sea level. So,
So I just said, back it up.
Chris is 85 years old. I mean, that's pretty tough
It's a
for
wiffle ball.
Yeah. I leave the head cover on a lot. So the first 2 holes or something I did, I hit driver 3-wood right in the middle of the green.
I mean, you
Got
have
too
to
far. I mean, you got to get lucky. I control top one of them.
I'll tell you, I've never seen a bigger gamer in my life. When a putt needs to be made, when a drive needs to be put in the fairway, and we've played a fair amount of golf, but when the pressure's on, that's my partner for life right here.
It's pretty fun.
Hey.
That kind of gassed me up.
You'll never hear the end of it.
I haven't played a game like that since, but we play this E9, and perhaps this is the gamer that Chris is, and I'm gonna brag on him for a little bit because it was just fun to watch, fun to be around. So by the time
I shouldn't leave that. We had 2 groups, and we were gonna play a 6-man wolf. And then it kind of got out of hand, and after the first hole, Mike and Adam's like, we're just going to ride around.
We're going to be spectators.
Yeah. So now we got professional sweaters riding with us.
so hole 2, we get up there. It's our tee box. I hit my drive left. It's in play, but not that good. So Chris has some pressure. He gets up, puts it right down the middle. Now, granted, it was a 220-yard carry to the fairway, and he was at 230, and he had a 3-wood in. But nonetheless, he puts it down the middle fairway, getting a shot, and we end up winning that hole. We go up quite a bit more money. Win the next hole, go up quite a bit more money, and then we get to hole number 9, and perhaps one of the coolest stories on the golf course. So we still have our spectators. It's us 4 playing, and we got 4 spectators, and they're giving us crap, and they're hooting and hollering. And we've had a few of these Miller Lights as well.
Mm-hmm. Sponsored by Miller Lite, thank you.
And Chris gets up there, and he duck hooks his drive left into the shit. I mean, it's in weeds, and he's 250 from the green. And we're thinking he might not find it. Well, he says, I bet you I make par from there. Mm-hmm. And every spectator, including our competitors, bet him 4-1 that he would not make a par.
Yeah.
Me being his partner, of course, I didn't bet him.
Yeah.
But I probably would have.
100 a man and Shane lips off 1,000. And I was like, well, y'all got it. They damn mighty. I'm gonna try. At this point, I didn't care. I was gonna give it a hell of a try.
He's blocked out by the trees, can't get to the green. So he does the smart thing. He puts it up there, 66 yards from the green. I'll never forget the number, 66 yards from the green. And we're still playing our hammer game, which is spicy at this time. He gets up there, he puts that thing to a foot. And we go on, we have dinner. We go have dinner, and we have.
Thank you, Shane Perry. Thank you. And
hell, I'm surprised Shane didn't make you putt it.
He actually knocked the ball in the bunker. I did a snow angel in the bunker. On that.
Well, didn't you need to putt that one? It was
pretty good. But I guess that's kind of our background. Then, fast forward, Bobby takes a distributorship down in Nashville. We spent a little more time together, and it's been a great relationship. And I hope he's doing good with his business. And
it was probably
I kind of told him it was gonna know.
It was that trip. I believe it was that trip we had the conversation. Yeah. And I was thinking about I've been with the company, worked for a company for 13 years. Could have wrote it out. It would have been a great career. Would have been very safe. But I was driving myself crazy. Wasn't in a great headspace. Mentally, I was like, I got to have more. Want to do more. I want to have more influence, and I can do this. And Chris, again, being the guy he is, it really encouraged me to step out and get uncomfortable. Make a move, and bet on yourself.
That's always my deal. Bet on yourself.
If you bet on yourself, who he is? That's what he always used to tell me.
Yeah, that's how I always kind of look at it, like. Because that's what we'll talk about your sport later. But that's what I say about golf. Like you can't say, well, I dropped the ball or he didn't throw it to me or it's straight up look in the mirror in golf, buddy. It's look in the mirror and like, I had a bad day.
My dad always said, and we can talk about basketball. My brothers played golf in college. Had a bad game, you hit a bad shot, make a bad play, and I mean, it goes without being said, but it needs to be said. It's a reflection of your game. If it's a reflection of your game, that means you got to work on something. Mm-hmm. And we've grown up playing golf and played sports, but my dad didn't come for anything. He learned golf from caddying at Raleigh Country Club, old Donna Ross course. He would walk 2 miles to the course, caddy, get a 50-cent tip for 1 bag and a $1 tip for 2 bags, and walk back home. He was one of 16, came from nothing, but he introduced the game of golf to us, which teaches a lot about life. And then you meet incredible people, and you can see some incredible things.
And it's just funny. Like, I mean, and I got a buddy of mine, John Spurrier, said, all you're going to do is talk about golf on this show? And I was like, man, golf is really like, man, it's done everything for me. Like, there's stuff I've done. I'm like, there's no way. Like, yeah, ain't no way I can do it. Like, what, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And so, and it's all relationship built. But I mean, it's still because of golf has helped me and allow me to do this and this. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's kind of the whole deal. But let's get back to your story, Bobby. Like, I guess I'll tell everybody Bobby played in Kentucky in the, I don't know, what, 2025?
Oh,
2025.
Oh, you're on better team than that.
I need to be playing right now. Hopefully, we
But
can
anyway,
turn it around.
let's just
You
get
don't
back
have
to
any eligibility left at all.
No, I played for the Cats 2003 to 2007. Experience of a lifetime, and still experiencing it today, even down here in Tennessee. And it's pretty cool to see. You know, I'm a fan now. I'm a fan of Kentucky basketball. I'm a fan of Kentucky sports, and you know, I have 2 little girls who are beautiful. Who Chris, you've met, and you can attest. I mean, they are, you know, it's pretty cool to see them. They are fans, and they realize that their dad played at a place like Kentucky, and it kind of opens my eyes to like realize, man, that was pretty freaking cool. It was pretty cool, and you know, when you're an 18-year-old kid, you're in the thick of it. You're trying to be cool, you know, but to play at a school like Kentucky or anywhere in the SEC, but especially Kentucky basketball, that's the top of the mountain. And I was fortunate to have that opportunity.
Kind of give us a, you know, where you grew up and what you know, playing basketball. I mean, obviously, I'm sure was then back then, like, we're 6 foot and white. We've got nothing to do on a basketball court. We can't shoot. So, but, like, through your middle school, you know, like, give us a little back. You grew up in Durham, you know, just give us a little background.
They play basketball in
I grew
Durham,
up
too.
in,
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, look, we ain't built like basketball players.
No, I said they play
I'm
basketball
just
in
saying,
Durham.
I don't think last time you dunked.
Never.
Never.
Wait a minute. Oh, Gary Hill used to get the whole. He used to get to go
crank
really
them
down.
down.
Yeah, crank it
8
down.
feet.
Crank it
I
down,
play
kill
with the
yourself.
kids.
Yeah.
I play with the kids.
No, grew up in Durham, North Carolina.
I only laid it up though.
Hotbed for college basketball, and I had 3 older brothers, and I kind of, you know, I contribute, you know, a lot of my success and where I am today from what I learned from them and how much they beat me up and definitely, you know, influence my dad had on me. But we grew up in a sports family. That's all we knew how to do, and we played everything. It wasn't just, you know, playing basketball. We went out and we threw the baseball. We played football and baseball, and it was, and then obviously golf as well. So my 2 oldest brothers, they played golf in college, and if I didn't get my height, probably would have followed their footsteps. And truth be told, like sometimes I regret not continuing on with golf and tagging along with them more and more. I mean, again, they played Division I. They tried to play on the mini tour circuit for a while. But looking back, you know, no regrets. But if I had to do it over, and you probably don't know this about me, I've never talked about it much at all, I would have liked to play golf in college. And, you know, because you never saw me when I was at my best in golf or where I could hit it the farthest and do some pretty cool things with the golf ball. But, I mean, just like Dylan, I mean, I hit it just like that. You know, back before the days where we talked about speed and power and this and that, it was just my brothers and I were out there trying to hit the ball as hard as we could. And I'll tell you, there was never a long drive that I hit in the fairway that I ever lost. And I played in a lot of scrambles. You can talk to Tyler. He was mad at how hard I could hit the golf ball. But we grew up playing every sport, including golf. And I think it helped us be better athletes, helped us be better people. But through middle school, I was not very good at basketball. I was tall, lanky. I barely walk. Definitely couldn't shoot. But having brothers that helped me along and helped me with skills, and I kept working at it. I grew into my body. I got pretty good.
I met your mom. She's fairly tall. Is your dad tall?
My mom's 5'5".
Well, I mean, she looked tall sitting on that bar stool.
My mom's 5'5". My dad's 6 feet. So.
Oh, really? So where'd you come from, Milkman?
No, somewhere. I don't know.
What about your brothers? I've never met your brothers. I don't think so.
They're about my dad's about 6 feet, 6'1".
So where'd you come from?
I
Are you
don't
the
know.
youngest?
So I'm the youngest boy. We have a little sister, and but yeah, I got the height in the family, and again, got pretty good at basketball. So about sophomore year of high school is where I realized, all right, I can play basketball, not just in college, but at the highest level. Because I was about 6'6". I could handle the ball. I could shoot the ball a little bit. And we had a very good AAU basketball team that my dad put together. And it was really just a lot of guys from around the Triangle area that some I played with. A couple of them we, pulled in from other areas.
That Charlotte, Greensboro,
No,
Raleigh, or just Raleigh?
That's just Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill.
Okay.
And I would say 7 or 8 guys on my AAU team, which again were a collection of guys that I kind of grew up with. All went Division I basketball, so we had a solid. I mean, we had a unbelievable AAU basketball team.
Traveling all over the country. Traveling all the southeast.
At that time,
it's got to be bigger now than right. Kids sports it's unbelievable what they are now, but
it's too much.
Yeah.
And like I said, we grew up playing everything, and I think that helped us be great athletes because the skills that you learn in baseball, hand-eye coordination, and whatever it is that you learn in baseball or football or golf helps you. It translates to other sports. But I didn't play basketball year round growing up. Not saying, look, I think there's something to training and working on your skills in a smart way. But the amount of games that these kids are playing these days,
Right out.
I can't imagine doing that. We still had our summers. We would play AAU basketball once baseball season ended or golf season ended for the school. We would crank up AAU basketball, and it was pretty much during the summer months. Maybe it started in May, but the 3 months there, May, June, July, into August. But when school started, AAU was finished. We would do nationals in July, and then, all right, now it's football season, and then we're training for basketball.
So do you think that the when you go to these big tournaments, is that where the real recruiting's coming now?
Now it is, and then also online,
But it's not high school. They're not
high school is not as big.
They're not
now.
going to go to these high school games. And I still think that with.
Well, then you
playing
can't
with
see
football.
the collection of football is still high school is still big because you don't really have the. You're not going to play football year round. It's too much. It's truly too much pounding on the kids, right? But basketball or baseball, all these travel teams, you can see a collection of the best players in one place. So you don't have to go to you don't have to go to 50 different high school games. You can go to one tournament on a weekend and see all the best players in the country.
And that's probably the same way with basketball. You have these camps where,
So we had those, and that's where
you come to camps. And
sophomore year, I was invited to a Nike All-American camp in St. Louis, and we still had those back in the day, but you can still get your name out there if you just played on your high school team, and then you get notoriety, and then you get invited to the All-Star camps.
But on something like that, so they call you and say come to this camp, or they call your coach and say come to this camp, or they call your AAU coach, call your dad and say, hey,
I think
we want to see Bobby or these 4 kids at the camp. I wonder.
You know what, Chris? I don't recall how that happened. Some of it was from AAU basketball. We finished at the top of our, top in the state. We went to nationals. And so I'm sure they had a collection of kids or a collection of names from the AAU tournaments that highest scores from a certain tournament. Or, freshman year I was playing varsity and I was all area, all state, even freshman year. So once you
on the map.
once you your name's in the paper, they'll find you.
Yeah.
So it was freshman year, sophomore year especially is when I started getting letters from schools, and
just for
You had your pick of the litter? Or?
So I was recruited by every ACC school. Duke never offered me a scholarship. UNC, I think, was on the cusp of offering me a scholarship, but I committed to Kentucky my junior year. I didn't wait around for a long period of time. And this was before the days where they offered you in 8th grade, 9th grade. They waited a little bit longer. But I did I had visits to Kentucky and Stanford, Wake Forest. But I wanted to stay somewhat close to home. Again, no regrets, but if I had to do it over, knowing what I know now, Stanford probably would have been my pick. And I say that not because, I didn't have a great experience at Kentucky. It was the best experience from a basketball standpoint, from a relationship standpoint. After basketball, I don't think there's a better school that follows the players after they finish and they remember you, and there's doors that open for the rest of your life just from playing at Kentucky. And in thinking back, that's why I went to Kentucky. And it was, I connected with the coaches, connected with the guys that were there. Kentucky's the best basketball program in the country. That's why I went there. But thinking long term, Stanford might have been, where I chose, to go if I had to do it over.
Certainly in San Diego.
Palo Alto, the Bay Area.
Yeah, it is.
It's not San Diego.
Yeah.
It's north.
I told Sonny Ann's in Miami. It's somewhere in PA. I'm not good with geometry. What do you say? Not geometry.
You're part of the Flat Earth country.
Geography.
Yeah. Anyway, I didn't.
Are you flat earther? Are you a flat earther? Are you a flat earther?
No.
Hell, there's a guy at the
We're
at
talking
the
about
golf
getting a
club.
guy.
He is a head cover. Says a Flat Earth Country Club member.
Yeah.
His dad was in the Navy. He said, "Son, join the Navy and try to find it. Just try to find it. End of the earth. Just keep going."
Just keep going.
We're gonna get him on here, but it's going to be a special day.
Yeah.
So, what I was going to ask though on these camps, because like, and it may not relate to that, but like, we're here in Nashville, we had a couple of good players. We had John Jenkins. He played over here at Station Camp, and once he kind of got out there, I'd be like, hey, let's go watch John Jenkins play tonight. I mean, the guy you just freak athlete, right? So, and then before they were born, I mean, we got to see Ryan Mercer play at Good Pasture.
Yeah.
So you get to hear about these kids, like, man, you can watch this kid.
Yeah.
Like John Jenkins, they put 5 kids on him, didn't matter. He'd throw it up around the rim. A guy go up there and grab it and dunk it. It didn't matter what he did. Right. So we're definitely not built for basketball, but to see those kids, like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, that's a and I don't know, John Jenkins probably played 10 years in the NBA and played right over here at Station Camp. And to go watch him for $5,
they stand out, right? I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
You heard their names, like word gets out when there's a player around.
Yeah.
We were fortunate though. Man, North Carolina is a hotbed. Has always been a hotbed for talent, and so, but yeah, I mean, the cream rises to the top. It doesn't take long for someone's averaging 25, 30 points a game. All right, that he can play some ball, right? And so yeah, you get your name out there. You get invited to these camps, and coaches see you. You start getting letters, and then they offer you, a scholarship. And I made my choice to go to Kentucky, and that was like I said, an incredible experience.
So before you go to Kentucky, I think it'd be an interesting question. Like in those tournaments though, when you're playing those AAU and going to this camp, who's the best player there?
Who that I played against?
Yeah,
the best player that I've ever played against actually is the player I played with, and I would say that's Rajon Rondo. Yeah. Just a freak athlete, incredible player. I mean, just basketball IQ through the roof. I mean, just has a command of the basketball that you just don't see. It's a natural ability.
What's he, 6'8" or 9"?
Oh, right. No. He's 6'1", maybe.
Oh, really? Yeah. Is that the one we threw footballs with it?
He didn't shoot particularly well.
He didn't shoot particularly well, but just from a basketball knowledge,
he ran the show.
He ran the show. Yeah, he was an incredible player. Believe it or not, like in college and in high school, if you look at potential Hall of Famers, Chris Paul would be, in high school. He was from North Carolina. He was my year. He was Mr. Basketball.
He went to Wake,
for 4A. I was Mr. Basketball for 3A. We never played high school, we played in AAU, and we would have battles in the AAU circuit. And he went to Wake Forest. He just retired. I was talking to my dad. He was in town this weekend. For my class, the last players in the NBA, which it's crazy to think that all the guys I played with, every single guy I played with, they're all retired. It's only Chris Paul and LeBron James.
You're 40 years old, right?
40 years old.
Yeah.
So LeBron was my high school class. Never played against him in high school. Obviously, he didn't go to college. But yeah, I mean, that's and thinking back, some of the guys that were really good in my class, Kendrick Perkins, Big Perk, who's on ESPN now. He was in our class. He went straight to the NBA. Outside of that, I can't remember who all, but Chris Paul and LeBron and Perk were the guys in my year.
But you still say Rajay was a
Rajon, he does things with the basketball and can do things with the basketball that very, very few people. And actually, I'm curious to hear what your opinion is. We had some friends in town from New York. I asked this question. We can get back to the story and whatnot and share some stories from Kentucky. But question: what's the hardest? Rajon comment as a segue into this. What's the hardest position to play in team sports?
The hardest position to play in any team sport?
Go ahead, Drew.
The four major sports.
Yeah.
So hockey, baseball, football, about 5. So hockey, baseball, football, basketball. 4 sports.
I'd say cornerback in the NFL is probably the hardest.
Cornerback. Okay,
I say quarterback.
Wait, quarterback or cornerback?
Quarter,
and you're corner.
Yeah.
But little man.
I mean, I guess because it's basketball, I'm gonna go with point guard.
So I threw out point guard, and here's why I say point guard. I respect cornerback. I definitely respect quarterback. I respect goalie in hockey.
He got lots of pads, and there's a little goal.
But it rests on him, right? It rests on the quarterback, and he can never take a play off.
The World Cup, maybe the goalie in soccer.
Goalie in soccer is tough. I also say catcher. Catcher, the game's riding on you. I mean, we saw that.
You got to block a bunch of shitty pitches.
We saw the World Series. Imagine the bases loaded in the World Series, and someone throws a wild pitch.
He told him where to throw it, and he didn't throw it there.
Throws it in the dirt.
But it's still, you got to block it.
But here's the thing about it. Like, could you stand up and catch a ball from Nolan Ryan at 103 miles per hour?
I couldn't.
Okay. No. All right. So catcher
pretty
tough.
To, really.
We could get the ball hiked to us, shotgun or whatever whatever, and complete a pass. Most men could do that.
I don't know. Not when the quarterback's playing you.
Dribbling through the.
You just said you could spin it a little bit. You couldn't catch a ball from Nolan Ryan or Randy Johnson zooming at you at 103. All right.
He definitely wouldn't be. He'd be a defense.
None of us could cover
Randy Moss.
None of us could cover Randy Moss.
No.
Which not many quarterbacks in the NFL could cover Randy Moss.
No, pass.
But one thing that no normal person could ever do is bring the ball up the basketball court and start an offense in an NBA
Not
game.
on full court press for sure.
Full court press, one guy on you, one point guard, another point guard guarding you. No one could do it if you didn't play basketball. But just like a normal person that's doesn't play basketball.
They can't hit a 2-iron on the green from. They can't hit a 3-iron.
That's not team sport. Not team sport.
They could hit a 3-wood.
Oh, we can talk about what's the hardest thing to do. We know golf is hard.
215, they could not hit a 3-wood that looked like butterfly on sore feet laying on the green.
This all circles back to.
But yeah, in 10 seconds for sure not.
No chance. You're not getting 5 seconds before the ball is getting stolen from you.
Growing up,
I'm saying you have to get across that for 10 seconds.
It's NBA, I fly.
This all circles back to what Dad
Because
told us.
you pick the ball up, you're fucked.
Snowboarding trips, ski trips when we were little, and we'd get mad because we see the kids doing 360s, and Dad just be like, "They can't hit a curveball. You got to remember that." I'm like, "All right, fine."
It's all about the craft, right? Yep. It's all about the craft. Like
it is.
Yeah.
I thought that's an interesting, question, and.
You get yourself stuck in a corner.
What was the?
You get fucked real easy.
So was that everybody's like,
it's
you're
funny.
right.
Out of the 3 or 4 guys that were sitting around the table, the answers were very similar to ours. Some said cornerback, some said quarterback, but I said point guard just because of that simple fact. If you think about, you have to be able to dribble a basketball while someone's guarding you. Not many people can do that.
Well, I can't.
You could throw a completed pass.
I guess
You could throw it to Bobby if he was standing at mid-court.
Yeah.
You could throw it to him.
Yes.
You can't throw it. You got to dribble it up. You got to get up and then start the offense. But that's just the beginning of it.
It'd
right?
take me a
then
while.
Then you have to be able to distribute.
You only got 10 seconds, then you only got
It'd
20
take me a
more
while.
seconds.
It'd take me a while. I'll be backing them up like it right there. But it'd take me a while.
You only got 10 seconds, boy.
I would take it. I'd give him the arm too.
You're like, Bobby.
So, get recruited, and then how'd you choose Kentucky? Besides just the, is that because coach or
funny story about my recruiting at Kentucky specifically. I like to do everything. You know me by now. Like I play music, I play golf. I have to be a great dad. I enjoy business. I like to bake cookies. You've had my cookies.
probably one of the best I've ever had.
And so I like to do a lot of things and a lot of things differently. So, but Coach Smith was an incredible recruiter, incredible person, incredible coach. And when he brought me in to my first Kentucky visit, we stayed in the Wildcat Lodge. It was a dorm, but it was for the basketball players and the managers. It was right across the street from Memorial Coliseum. And he had a grand piano in the lobby of the Wildcat Lodge. I was like, man, that's cool. I can keep my piano skills up, play piano. And fast forward to my freshman year, and actually it might have been fast forward to my sophomore, junior year, I thought about that damn piano. I said, where the hell did the piano go that was here on my recruiting visit? Well, Coach Smith told the guys to hire a piano moving company, bring that piano over from the Singletary Performing Arts Center, put in the lodge for my visit. My visit only. Wow. So they brought a grand piano into the Wildcat Lodge and then moved it out. And and then I went to Coach. I said, Coach, where's that piano that was in for my recruiting visit? I said, oh, what piano? What do you mean, what piano? And I found out he brought it over from the Singletary Center.
That just shows you how
how
much pull they got, though.
That tells you how much pull they have, but also how creative they had to be back in the day, recruiting kids to come play for them. Where now the kids come in, and we can talk about NIL and transfer portal. There's none of that anymore. It is how much can you pay me, and that's it.
Drew met Tubby.
Yeah.
Drew met Tubby. He was a baby. I think he was on a flight out of Atlanta, and he met Tubby. We got a picture. His mom's got a picture somewhere. Tubby's holding him.
So Tubby, interesting story. And one of the ways I connected with him, he's one of 17 kids. My mom's one of 13. My dad's one of 16 kids. And
ever thought about contraceptives?
Not back in the day.
Cable TV, anything.
Hey, you needed the labor. You had kids so they could work the family farms and
That's right.
But
so we had a little miscue on the set here, but we got it all figured out, and we were talking with Bobby. Bobby's talking about his recruiting process. That Tubby brings in the piano. Bobby loves music. We'll get into that later.
Then Bobby then he takes the piano away.
Then he takes the piano away.
I didn't realize, it didn't dawn on me until my sophomore, junior year of college. I said, where the hell did this piano go? This beautiful grand piano. And I went to Coach, and I went to Leon Smith, who was our director of basketball operations at the time. I said, where did that damn piano go that was here when my recruiting visit? And they kind of chuckled and laughed, what piano, They knew what they did. They brought it over from Singletary Center, and
they bring you a keyboard.
I had a keyboard in my dorm, so that's where I didn't, I didn't think much about it.
I know he's older than you are. So I got invited to a Dallas Mavericks game, and from a guy in Kentucky, and we went to the hotel, and Jamal Mashburn, he was playing piano.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big music guy.
Was it Jamal Mashburn or was it Walter McCarty?
I thought it was Jamal Mashburn. Didn't he play at Kentucky too, or no?
Jamal Mashburn,
Mashburn
both of them
definitely
did.
played
Jamal,
Kentucky.
Yeah,
but
Jamal
Walter McCarty, he was the.
No, it's Jamal Mashburn. I know that for a fact.
I know
but-
he played for Dallas, so that makes sense.
Yeah, so Jamal Mashburn, he's playing the piano in the hotel lobby. My buddy's probably 6'3" or 4". I'm stretched to 6 foot. Maybe I'd say
No man alive is 5'11".
AP's probably 6'4" or 5". So it's Jamal Mashburn, my buddy that AP's got me,
We'll take the under 6 foot.
and then me, and we're walking down the strip, and I remember looking at this like glass thing, like what? These are big guys when I'm
might
walking
take
down with. But anyway, Jamal Mashburn's a nice guy. We had a little lunch. He gave us some pretty nice tickets at the Mavericks game. We had a good time. But he was a piano guy, you're a music guy. But while we were off air, I was talking to Bobby about Rupp. Like people were like, I always wanted to go to Rupp. My first experience at Rupp, I sat in a chair like this and had to turn like this to watch the game. I hate basketball. I think it's just me. I'm not built for basketball. It's hard for me to relate to sit on the 3-point line.
You also think blackjack's slow.
But John Stockton's not in the league anymore. So to sit and turn like this and watch the I'm not really. But I went this weekend. Thank you, Sean Martin, for having me in your suite. I appreciate the free beers. Little man did too.
Yeah, thank
we
you
had a
very
great
much.
time. We owe you. But
we can't pay off, though.
no, we can't do what you can do for us. I can tell you that. But get back to Rupp at the tradition there. Talk about that, and then we'll go from there.
So twofold. Rupp Arena, playing in Rupp. I never played anywhere else for a home gym, but for what Rupp is, what makes Rupp are the fans, and you get the biggest games there. There's nothing like Rupp Arena. 24,000 fans when I was playing. They reduced that amount when they redid the seating a few years back. It's not the experience that Cameron Indoor Stadium gives you. It's not the experience that Fall Gallon Fieldhouse out in Kansas gives you. But for the scale and the magnitude of fans, and when they're getting riled up, like there's nothing like that. And I'll never forget first exhibition game. And I think college basketball has changed. I don't think college football has changed that much like college basketball has. From a fan experience, because there's still a limited number of games where every single game means something in college football. College basketball, we got to where, these preseason games, we're playing little children of the blind, and we're beating them by 50 points every single game. Like, no one wants to see that. The energy is not the same as playing what we played UNC in Rupp Arena last week. It was rocking in there. Mm-hmm. Playing games like that in Rupp Arena, there's no experience like it. It is incredible. And you talk about the tradition of Rupp Arena and what it stands for the state of Kentucky. It's a special, special place. But I will say, we dropped the ball. When they did the renovation of Rupp Arena a few years back, we had a great opportunity to bring the college experience back to campus in Lexington for the students, for the fans, for the players, and design a state-of-the-art basketball arena for this era. And to bring, make it about the students, make it about the school, instead of about the city and the money and the politicians and what you can bring to Rupp Arena. It's still Rupp Arena. Yeah, it's great. But, if we're calling a spade, it's not that great of a basketball venue because it's so big. It was designed in the 70s. It's not what college basketball needed. Wow. So I thought the powers to be, I don't know who they are, they dropped the ball and they should have brought it back to campus and then built it around the students.
So maybe I looked at it wrong because I've been in some good games there, and it's pretty fun. I'm not a basketball guy, so it's hard for me to relate.
But you weren't there when I played. You didn't go there back in the 90s,
but
in the heyday. I agree. Now it's different. It is different. College basketball is different.
Okay, so outside of Rupp, where's the one place people didn't want to go play?
Fall Gallon. We got our asses handed to us.
That's in Kansas.
That's Kansas, and of course, Cameron Indoor Stadium is a whole.
Are they just
game.
right on top of you? Or
They're right
what's
on
the
top
difference?
of you. I mean, it's still a small venue. They never changed.
What's a small venue? 13,000.
13,000. Cameron might be 10,000.
So it's loud.
It's loud. It's,
They're on top of
It's
you.
a basketball arena. That's where I can't stand the Final Fours and the, they move these things to football arenas. Basketball was never made to be played in a football
70,000
arena.
people.
70,000 people. That's all about money and, the spectacle. Bring it back to Bridgestone Arena. Bring it back to,
Bridgestone's pretty big for it, I think.
for a basketball arena, though. That's a great venue to watch a basketball game.
I went to Indiana in 99, 2000. So last year, Coach Knight. But the best part about it was 5 of us could get a seat together.
Mm-hmm.
It was up, it was down, wherever you could get, I think, 10 games.
That's because y'all suck.
No,
No,
not
I'm just-
99, 2000. Coach, that was last year Coach Knight was there. But anyway,
Yeah. No, they were.
you could get 5 seats together anywhere you wanted. Or not anywhere you wanted, but it would be the different seats, but you could always sit together. And it was, and that's a shitty built stadium or arena because it's really poorly designed, but it was loud.
It's kind of segmented. And then the upper arena
Right.
is really steep, isn't it?
Yeah.
We never played there.
You get up there and you can't see and all kind of stuff, but we would get like behind this bench and everything.
Indiana, I'm sure at some point, which there's so much history in that gymnasium. I don't know if they'll
I
ever
haven't
go
been up
anywhere
there in
else.
so long, I don't know,
But I just thought, Rupp Arena was never our original arena. So, yes, there's history there now, but I thought they had a good opportunity to move it
Did
down
you play at
campus.
Rupp where it is now currently?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And before
cool
that, in the
spot.
70s, it was Memorial Coliseum, which is a great, Coliseum. It's great arena, but it's not Fall Gallon. It's not, Cameron Indoor
Hall.
Stadium, Assembly Hall. I never played there, so I've got no experience in that one. But
well, I'm just, and I get with Kentucky fans are diehard basketball fans. They want to be football
They
fans.
were not happy
They
last
want to
weekend.
hook their wagon up to football, and I used to mess with a mutual friend of ours about football, and whatever they say, everybody wants a football school.
mm-hmm.
I know people. Everybody wants a
Yeah.
fall day and Saturday
I don't know.
to mean something.
And
Maybe
look,
maybe not.
We would love to have a football team. We'd love to compete. And you know what? We have competed. Coach Toop just, got let go from Kentucky. We're great friends of his, but, he did a lot for the school. And you can't,
The most wins of any coach.
no one will ever say that he was not a winner at Kentucky. The guy was a winner, and he did things for the program that had never been done, and he'll be remembered for that. But I'll
Still
tell you
a
what,
basketball.
it's a basketball
It's a
school.
basketball
I
team.
mean, and
I
there's,
had friends that went there and played soccer. And they had a soccer team.
of course, we want our football team to play well, do well. All our sports do well,
Right.
but
In the
It's
day,
a
it's
basketball
basketball
school.
people.
it's basketball. We can win. We've never won a championship in football,
No,
And that-
I don't
and-
think he'll ever win.
and that can be the case for here to eternity. We
Yeah.
if we win in basketball, our fan base is just fine.
So you're there. Obviously, you got the piano. Were you a music lover before you went there?
I grew up playing piano, went to piano lessons before I went to basketball practice. Late for basketball practice. My dad told a story. I forgot about it this weekend. He said, I've always been into the arts, and you've met my girlfriend, recently, and I kind of lost sight of that, and I forgot about this, but I skipped the North Carolina South Carolina All-Star game my senior year in high school because I was in a play at my high school. I'd rather be in the play, and I knew that it was going to be a conflict when I signed up for the play. I was like, okay, I don't have to play in the All-Star game because I want to be in this play. And I forgot about that. So, yes, I've always been a lover of the arts, whether it's music
I
or
didn't know
performing.
you music guy goes that far deep.
Oh, I started playing piano in 4th grade.
Wow.
Took lessons up until 9th. Then basketball got busy, really busy. But I had a foundation from when I was little. I'm thankful that my parents made me stick with it. I didn't practice like I should have when I was little, but they made me stick with it enough to where I had a foundation. And then in college, I had this workstation, and this was fun. You probably don't know this about me either. We used to make hip hop songs in the Wildcat Lodge with all my teammates. You know, Shigari, who's from New York, and Ramel is from New York. Joe Crawford's from Detroit. I would lay down the beats. I would make the beats and produce the beats, and they would rap over them.
There you go.
And so we would.
Suge Knight, Bobby Perry.
Yeah, that's right.
Suge Perry.
Yeah.
Suge Perry.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd be Suge Knight or P Diddy, but either Dr. Dre.
Shout out Dr. Dre.
Mm-hmm.
Puff Perry.
Puff.
I don't know. That sounds kind of weird.
No Diddy. But yeah, we used to have a good time, making some hip hop songs. And then I got introduced to a buddy after I finished college, who's from Eastern Kentucky. He handed me a country CD. Chris Knight, he's from Slaughters, Kentucky. He's more Texas country, but he's from Kentucky. And he said, take a listen to it. First time, you're not gonna like it. Take a listen to it. Second time, I guarantee you're gonna fall in love with it. And I did, and that's where I've always loved music, but I never really listened to country music growing up. And but then shortly after that is when we started the band, and we've been together.
It was a Bobby Perry band, and I guess you're playing around Lexington or in Kentucky, and then now it's a Commonwealth band, and you played this weekend, and it's always good. It's for me, it's different. It's obviously a different sound. They play a lot different music than most of the bands down there, and it was good. And hey, you didn't have it at my buddy's bar, Whiskey Bent, but you had a good crowd there this weekend.
I would say we had so many people downstairs that they flooded upstairs.
Right.
And you walked upstairs, there were a ton of people up there. But that's thanks to the UK Alumni Association. They put on a great event. They marketed it. They put it out there. They invited people up, and it was a great crowd, great show. Like, we had a blast.
It's always fun, I'm sure, for you to
that's the thing,
to branch out and do something different.
Look, man, like we are rich from our experiences. We aren't rich from what's in our pocket. And to be with this band now since 2012, 2013, and to have that friendship carried through these decades, I mean, that's special, and we can experience, think about it, like, we're playing on Broadway. There are people coming from Scotland and Australia and South Africa and Asia to come to Broadway. They visit the United States, they go to New York City and Nashville for the experience they have on Broadway. Like, no other experience in the entire world. And we get to play on that street.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we're thankful for that, and we have a good time with it. We've opened up for Tracy Lawrence. We've opened up for some pretty cool band, like some people that we shouldn't be opening up for. We're not that good.
No, but he can hold your own.
We can hold our own, and we have a good time with it.
So his last little trait is he tells me that he's making these cookies and put them in Kentucky State Fair. I'm like, what kind of cookie we making? Like, I mean, he goes, well, would you finish second or something 2 years ago?
I
or
was
runner up?
Top 10. First time I entered it, and I found out about it. I was like, dang, they still have these baking competitions in state fairs. In Kentucky, it's pretty big. I mean, they make a big deal about these competitions, and they still give the blue ribbons and red ribbons, and like, it's pretty cool. And, like, they never did away with it, and they continued on to today. So I said, I'm going to enter my cookies in the state fair.
So how long ago was that?
That was last year was the first year.
Oh, the first year you've entered your cookies? You've been making cookies, though, hadn't you?
I've been trying to perfect a cookie.
He didn't just decide I'm going to make cookies and enter this contest.
No. I've been trying to perfect this cookie recipe for 7-8 years. I've tweaked it. I've done this, done that, and they're getting pretty good.
And for people that
look at his belly, they're getting pretty good.
People in Nashville
that's sponsored by Miller Lite. That Miller
is sponsored by Miller Lite. Yeah, shout out Miller Lite. For people that live here in Nashville, I've tried to explain Bobby this. Christie Cookies That was, I mean, like, it tasted just like a Christie cookie. Like, he had to
What
go
about Puffy
Cass-
Perry cookies?
Puffy Perry.
No,
I don't wanna be
bring
P.
it,
Diddy.
Don't be bringing it up. We got an idea. We're trying to figure out how to market it. But his cookie tastes like a Christie cookie.
Kid, I
It's
like to hear this
unbelievable.
idea. Go
And he
ahead.
had to tell me like what he did to make this cookie dough.
You don't
Didn't take
remember?
more than
Ain't
2
no,
seconds.
ain't no way you
No,
remember.
but it wasn't like, well, I put some
It's
butter
not like
in
you had to
there,
worry about him remembering.
blender it up, and put it on it. It was a process, and like you say, he's trying to tweak it. So, be interested. Can we get the ingredients? Let's go.
I could give you the exact recipe. I could tell you exactly how I make it. I mean, tick for tat, and you couldn't make the cookie.
I
Is
believe
that
it.
marinate?
No, you got to have the touch.
Oh boy,
You don't have enough love to put in it.
no, I don't. He did send me some cookie. He sent me some cookie dough down. I had a couple.
Yeah, man. So yeah, no, next year I'm hoping. I think some of it is. I don't know. I think it's
Politics.
a little rigged that state fair.
Oh, man.
I mean, there's.
You don't say.
I don't know how they judge it. I know how they judge it. I know the scoring system, but I'm looking at some of these cookies and I'm like, there's no way that cookie is better than what I'm putting in there. But we'll keep trying.
Yeah, well, it's
It's
fun.
fun.
Anyway,
It's
right?
fun. We have my girls. They get involved and we make them and it's fun to enter them, and you take them there and you get your stamp and you get free tickets to the state fair and
Oh, that's why you did it.
it's fun.
No free tickets to State Fair.
Yeah.
You didn't say you got a free ticket. Yeah, I'm gonna get some Pillsbury cookie dough. Here you go. Cookie dough's here. Let me slice it up right here. Slice it, break.
Break
Where's that
and
free,
bake.
where's that free ticket?
Let me
at?
scrape some off the bottom.
Where's that free ticket at?
Yeah.
Bobby, you got any leftovers?
Oh man.
So we're done with the cooking. Now, I went to the game Saturday. We're here, and I mean,
On Friday.
what's Kentucky gonna do?
We'll figure it out.
Where's the porta money? What's like? You think it gets set like?
We're missing. One of our best players came back and he didn't play the full game. He's still nursing a shoulder injury. I think he is a player. Lowe is a great player, but we still have 2 guys on the bench that would be starters that aren't playing. But still, I mean, we should have had a better showing than what we had the other day. Last week against North Carolina, that was a heartbreak, being up 6 with a few minutes to go. I don't know. We're not in the locker room. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But here's what I do know is that basketball players this day and age, they are good. So if you're playing at Gonzaga or North Carolina or Duke, Florida, anywhere in the SEC, you can win on any given night. Everybody is skilled. Everyone is good. And that's where I think the importance of coaching really comes into play.
You really like Pope though.
I like Pope because I think his offensive schemes are good. I think he is able, and we saw it last year, he was able to connect with the players and get them to buy in quickly, which you have to be able to do in NIL and the transfer portal age, right?
Yeah, it's short season.
There's something
man.
funny going on right now that just doesn't sit well. Like, there's no reason for us to lose by 30 in that gym the other
You
day.
got blown out.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll figure it out. I mean, 'cause
But it doesn't matter right now. That's the thing. Like that.
It does though, because here's the SEC is going to be a gauntlet. I mean, there's no easy game in the SEC. You go on the road in the SEC, I don't care who you're playing. You play Ole Miss, you play Texas A&M. That's a tough place to play anywhere on the road. I mean, it's you against the world when you're on the road. So these games against Michigan State and Gonzaga and North Carolina, we got to play St. John still. We still got to play Indiana next Saturday. We better win a few of these games because it's going to,
It will
hell,
reflect the whole
the
process.
NCAA tournament, if we make it or not.
Man, that's all I got, Bobby. I love you. Like, hey, like I said, we're gonna play some golf here soon.
Yeah, buddy.
We're going back down to concessions. Maybe we'll run it back with them boys. And,
Are you going down there? Is he going?
We're going to February.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going
Thank you,
tomorrow.
thank you, Tyler Hughes.
tomorrow.
Yeah, buddy.
Now I'm going to play Calusa Pines this weekend.
Oh,
I've
really?
Never been there, yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we should see.
that's
Well,
as
I mean,
good as it gets down there.
your kids aren't to this age, but here's my next 2 weeks. I'm going to leave tomorrow. I'm going to work, and then I'm going to play some golf, and I'm going to go to Calusa Pines Saturday. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to fly out Tuesday, and I'm going to go to Vegas. I'm going to play with Rich up there in Vegas a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Las Vegas Country Club. and have me a couple of days. So yeah,
Tough,
you'll be there one day.
tough life, huh?
And then I'm trying to get my game ready for that when those idiots come out here and trying to beat me out of all the dime money I got.
They're gonna post several
Tough life.
85s in the meantime.
Yeah, well, go ahead, Drew.
Bobby, what do you think you'd be worth in IL this year
Well,
if you were coming out of college or coming out of high school?
I played at Kentucky.
Recruiting as a sophomore.
Their NIL budget is $22 million.
22 and a half.
22
The
and a
guy
half,
told us
we
we
heard
were
that, we
walking.
heard that.
We were walking out. The guy
22
told
and a
20
half million. So coming out of high school, I don't know, half a million. But I started at Kentucky 2 years. I mean, if it's 22 and a half million, I don't know, 1.5, $2 million. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Go back tomorrow. wouldn't you?
In a
You
heartbeat.
wish you were 10 years younger?
Oh my! I mean, God, it'd be 20 years. I'm 40 years old. I need to be 20 years
Oh,
younger.
shit, my bad. I'm not trying to date you.
No, I mean
But
that's a
yeah.
compliment.
It's a whole different world.
Yep. Yep.